Hi everyone, my name is Isaac, and in this video I want to share with you, with everyone, with a progress in this part of my in my personal project. In this project called Edubba, it's a medical intelligence platform I'm building with entirely TypeScript, and I'm using a different kind of architecture like monorepo. I using modularizing, and overall I try to follow the best practice in this case, in this part of my my progress. So I would like to speak more about this project. This project's deployment. I deployment in live currently websites. So I have focused my folders and try to explain more about my architecture. Here I'm using monorepo, and this apps folder, I have three main folders. AP is by the backend, web is by the frontend. I'm using Next by the frontend and Nest.js by the backend. As well, I'm using a lot of different kind of tools like Supabase, like Prisma, and I'm trying to use different kind of packets because I need packets or types are the shared TypeScript. This lets front and backend speak the same language. So this is one of my functional feature. Sorry. Use drug search. In this case, I searching over 1,000 drugs just by text, by voice, QR scan, or barcode. I'm using use drug search hook in this case. I recognize apply for a 1,050 millisecond bounce, so we don't overload the API while the user types. So in this case, the main function is start here in this part of my code. I manage the explicit state machine, typing, loading, results, empty, and core exits, and more. For voices, I'm use voices search. This has the same logical for try to finding. I'm using the voice search hook, which integrates the web speed API improving Spanish. So this function is focused for Latin public. By future stage, I can consider all language. But in this case, I implement this part like my part of my code. And the next one is barcode scanner. Barcode scanner component is an extra feature from my model plan. I'm using Sync library to decode EON 30, code 1028, or QR code bar. So I'm use all this feature in my cell phone and my laptop. Overall, is working and working and project the results that I type in or I speak in or I scan with my camera with the camera cell phone. So by the backend security, I'm using Next.js and drugs controller expose search while clinical filters. For example, I implement a lot of a strong security to make sure each user has a quote. And when this user run out the code, immediately style captcha comes active because I need to validate this is a person, this is a real person, not a bot. That bot that is trying to scrapping my API, my API or my application. Security is critical in this medical system. By the way, I'm using row level security in Supabase with identified by default policy. The client never touched the real database. And for the other hand, all the sensitive data like patients data is encrypted by ES256. So this is all the logical, and I have a lot of files, but currently I will show more smoothly and interact the application. This is the application. So I need to log in. I need to verify and confirm that I'm human. So after that, I can enter the application. So relative the you experience similarly in the last step in the last video. In this case, I implement more modules and the features here. I have a lot of my like psicofármacos, diagnósticos, vacunas, escalas, interactions, and more. So I currently already is working and the deployment is live. I try to implement all these features and everything is verified with automated tests and by tests, and the project runs in the cloud. Edubba means to be a real tool for healthcare professionals in Latin. So this is my video. Thank you so much.